everyone, I'm Anushka Nanku, and today I'm going to teach you how to create a flowchart. At the end of this screencast, you should be able to define a flowchart, identify its uses, and draw a flowchart easily. So let's define a flowchart. A flowchart is a pictorial representation of the steps in a given process. It illustrates the sequence of operations to be performed to get to the solution of a problem. Their simplicity makes them useful tools for communicating how processes work and for documenting how to do a particular job. Flowcharts can be used for several reasons. They can help you see whether the steps of a process are logical. They can record the sequence of tasks in a process, uncover problems or miscommunications. They can define the boundaries of a process, and it also aids in developing a common base knowledge about a process. You might ask yourself, what are the meanings of the flowchart symbols? Let's get familiar with the basic flowchart symbols. The circle is called a connector, which is used to connect to another page or another section of the chart to continue the flow. A decision symbol is represented by a diamond and it indicates a question to be answered. The parallelogram is known as the input or output symbol, which represents data that is available for input or output. It may also represent resources used or generated. The lines with arrows are called flow lines, which determine the flow through the chart. The most common shape on a flowchart is the rectangle. It is used to show a process or an action. It shows something that has to be done or an action that has to be taken. An oval represents the terminator, which is to show where the flow starts and finishes. And lastly, the delay shape represents a waiting period when no activity is done. Let's now look at how to create a flowchart. Firstly, we identify tasks. Begin by listing all of the tasks in a process in chronological order. Ask questions such as, what happens next in the process? Or, do you need to make a decision before the next step? Secondly, organize and document tasks. Start your flowchart by using and labeling the symbols appropriately. Ask yourself whether you have correctly represented the sequence of actions and the decisions involved in the process. And lastly, challenge the flowchart. If you want to improve the process, look at the steps you have identified and check whether any of them are unnecessary or whether they are duplicated. Here's a simple example for the process of getting out of bed in the morning. First, you can see the start symbol, then the arrow that's showing the flow of the process. Then the alarm rings and the decision that is being made is if you're ready to get up. If yes, then climb out of bed and the process ends. However, if no, hit the snooze button for about 3 times and then delay the alarm for 5 minutes. And after the 5 minutes, the alarm rings, and by that time, you should be ready to get up and continue the process till you reach the end. Here's a question for you to try. Take a sheet of paper and draw the flowchart from the steps in taking a bath. Step 1 is to turn on the hot and cold taps. Step 2, is it too hot or cold? If it is, go to step 3, otherwise go to step 4. Step 3, adjust the hot and cold taps and go back to step 2. Step 4, wait for 2 minutes. Step 5, is the bath full? If it is, go to step 7, otherwise go to step 6. Step 6, go back to step 4. Step 7, turn off the hot and cold taps. If you found this video useful, you can read more about it in the Quality Control textbook and also view the YouTube video entitled Flowchart 1 of Basic Quality Tools. Thank you for your attention on this video. I do hope it aided you in some way.